This channel is brought to you by Double Six. I'm rich, wealthy, 6'2", black, a red pill Sigma alpha male from South London. On this channel, I discuss money, cars, women and children. These are the topics that dominate all men's lives. I'm an authority on these topics and I want to share my stories and expertise with you. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about one of the 7 keys of personal success, and that's the power of setting goals. But stay tuned to the end of this video where I give you one killer tip on pursuing personal success. Previously created a video on how to achieve personal success. In that video, I gave you 7 keys to achieving personal success. Just as a reminder, those were: number 1, discipline; number 2, persistence; number 3, guidance; number 4, having a personal mission statement; number 5, belief; number 6 was goal setting; and number 7 was mastering your dark side. I'll link to this video in the description at the bottom of this page. This is another chapter to help people achieve the prerequisite behaviors and the required thinking to achieve personal success. Today, I'm going to focus on key number 6, and that was goal setting. If you think this video will be useful to family and friends, please don't hesitate to share it. After all, I create this content to help people, and you can help me to help others by simply sharing the video with like-minded people. Back to the matter at hand. I love success. I eat, sleep, practice, and execute success throughout all areas of my life. Success is described as the achievement of something desired, planned, or attempted. In this video, I'm going to share with you the vital relationship that setting goals play in achieving personal success. But I'm also going to share with you some techniques not only to set your goals, but how to take you over the mountain to actually achieve them. So let's talk about goal setting. Definition of goal setting is the act of setting clearly defined goals and then working towards goal achievement every day. These clearly defined goals should be something you want to achieve in the future with a clear date to achieve each goal. Goals provide the framework to achieve everything you want in life. And the way you set them can be the difference between achieving your goals or not. In order to achieve personal success, you have to set goals for yourself. There is just no other way around it. Let's talk about how to set goals. When setting goals, identify something important that you want to accomplish in the near future that will transform your life. Ensure your goal setting process gives you the ability to take active steps to achieve your desired outcome. I'm going to share with you 3 powerful tips on goal setting in your life. Number 1, I recommend setting big goals in your life. Don't set goals like, I want to earn £50 more a month, or I would like to wake up 5 minutes earlier each morning. Set dream-sized goals for your life. Setting goals is easy. Just sit down quietly for a day with a pen and a pad, find a quiet space, and start to write them down. For this exercise, you have to learn how to think on paper. You need to learn how to have some hard copy of your thoughts, dreams, and aspirations in written form. I'll touch more on this later in the video based on my own personal experiences. Think about the best version of yourself. Try to recall your childhood dreams and your adult aspirations. Think big with no limits. I recommend setting no more than 3 goals in your life to be achieved in no more than 1 to 3 year intervals. I prefer to set goals in areas of my life such as health, family, income, and community. These are the 4 areas that wield the most influence in your environment. My goal at age 17 was to be a millionaire by the time I was 26. Don't ask me why I chose 26, but that was what I chose. I remember smashing that goal and having net assets of £1 million by the time I was at least 22, 23, and I wasn't even impressed by it. Number 2, reverse engineer your goals. Reverse engineer the smaller goals that you need to achieve your top 3 goals. Think about what it takes to achieve each goal. You need to create habits that you are required to align with in order to achieve each goal. I would recommend creating no more than 3 habits to achieve each goal. So 3 goals would require 9 habits over 1 to 3 years. 9 habits, 3 goals, that's something achievable with those type of numbers. An example of habits required to achieve each goal would be, let's say this. If my goal were to save £120,000 within 1 year, I would have to align myself with the following 3 habits to achieve that goal. Number 1 would be increase my earning capacity. Habit number 2 would be to acquire more assets than liabilities. Habit number 3 will be to save £12,000 per month. All achievable goals for a man in my position at present, but you can set your own targets and your own goals to reverse engineer those targets to achieve each goal. Step number 3, envision your goals as if they were your reality. Vision is everything, yeah? Highly successful individuals all have an extremely clear vision of where they are going and how they want to feel when they get there. Feel the sunshine on your skin, feel the clothes on your back, feel the rumble of the engine of that dream car, hear the laughter of your woman and the joyful sounds of your future children playing in the background. You need vision. Now you have to challenge your reality every day to catch up to the vision of your goals. You have to put creative energy behind your goals to bring them to reality. Make sure your habits are snapping at your heels to catch up to the vision of your new life. Surround yourself with hard copy of your vision to burn the images and the feelings of your goals into your emotional state. Write down your goals and habits, frame them, set them as screensavers on your phone. Simply surround yourself with the vision of your best self. Remember, you are what you think. So if you believe you can achieve your goals, nothing is impossible. Stay tuned for my video on the powerful tool of belief in pursuit of personal success, because that will just chain on to this type of thinking. Now, if you know of any tips and tricks to achieve your goals, please share these in the comment section below. I'm creating content to help you, but I can also learn from others too. So engage with me where possible to share the knowledge that you have. Before I hit you with the science, let me big up the sponsors. Let me interrupt this important information to take some time to big up the channel sponsor, Carib Shipping. Carib Shipping is a London-based freight forwarding service that exports personal effects, household goods, vehicle and machinery to all major islands of the Eastern Caribbean, including Jamaica, Trinidad and Barbados, to name a few. They have a fantastic online booking tool service that deals with collections and deliveries within the London area. So check out Carib Shipping Services. The link will be in the description below. See you on the other side for my killer tip on goal setting to achieve personal success. Now listen carefully, because I'm going to share with you a killer tip to achieve personal success by setting your goals and actually achieving them. And it's this: you have to set SMART goals. That's the acronym SMART, S-M-A-R-T. SMART goals are one of the keys to personal success. Let me tell you more. S stands for specific, M is for measurable, A is for achievable, R is for relevant, and T is for timely. I'll come back to SMART goals later on in this video. Now, in 2001, I had a diary, and I'll show you this diary. And this is my diary here. And how I know it's a 2001 diary is because it says here 2001 at the top. Now, I had this diary 2001, so it's 20 years, it's 2021. And I picked this diary up out of my cupboard, and it's got loads of bits and pieces of all my writing, and I actually happened to have a look at it, you know, just picking it up, and two things spring to mind. Here was some of my goal setting when I was, you know, 20 years ago, when I was 19, yeah. And what does it say here? Every day. Make money, make money, make money, make money, make money, make money. When I look here, make money, make money, make money, make money, make money. When I look all the way through, make money. When I look, here's my goals, make money, make money. This was my thinking 20 years ago. Make money, make money, make money, make money. I'll go on and on and on and on, and I kept going, make money, gym, yeah, gym, make money, and I keep going. Look at the hard copy. Look at my thinking on hard copy. Never mind the terrible handwriting, but this is my thinking on hard copy. And when I got to the end of this diary, I noticed that it had an entry, 1st of August here. And today is actually the 1st of August 2020. That's why I wanted to make this video, because today is also the 1st of August. And it's 20 years ago to the day. And the entry, I've even signed it here. The entry that I put in here was, see what me and the time wasters have done by this time. And it was, and I signed that on the 30th of May 2001. And I put the entry on the 1st of August. May, June, July, August. 5 months. I was thinking 5 months ahead of my time. So my hard copy was showing me that I was putting my thoughts down on hard copy, and I was also thinking 5 months ahead of time to see what the time wasters, where I would be with the time wasters. God knows what I was thinking about and who the time wasters were. But I can tell you, 20 years later, after setting all these goals, have I made money? You have to ask yourself that question. Yes, I have. I have made money. I've made more money than sometimes I can spend. I have been really successful in life. Coming from the past where I've come from South London, where you're at the back of the race, yeah, where you're starting in last place, where you're running the 100-meter dash of life, but everybody else has got a 6-second head start and you've only got 4 seconds to try and get to the end of the race in under 10 seconds. It's almost impossible. So I was coming from an almost impossible position, and 20 years later to the day, I'm very proud of my achievements. I'm very proud of my successes. I have to say that I have achieved personal success because I was thinking and setting goals 20 years ago. 20 years of hard work has brought me on this platform on social media to be able to share with you how to achieve personal success, because I have done it and I have imagined it and I have dreamt about it and I have envisioned my success and I have followed my goal setting targets. Yeah. So I really want you to understand that 20 years to the day, I've achieved personal success, and I achieved personal success probably 10 years ago. But I definitely feel that I'm worthy of saying that 20 years to the day, I am a personal success, and it's because I put my thinking on hard copy and I set goals for myself. I wrote my goals down and I envisioned the best version of myself. So let me go back to my killer tip on setting goals, and that was to set SMART goals. The first part of SMART was S. S was for specific. Your goals need to be specific. They need to provide you with clarity and a concise aim as to where you're going with each goal. Ask yourself some of these questions to flesh out what your goal really is. What do I want to achieve? Is anyone else involved? Is it likely I will face any challenges, and what may these challenges be? How will I achieve this particular goal? These are the questions you need to ask yourself when you want to be specific when applying the tool of SMART to your goal setting. Next part was M. M was for measurable. Your goals need to be measurable. Giving yourself a metric to work alongside makes achieving your goals easier. You can create a timeline and a benchmark to progress alongside to see if you are meeting your goals in time or not. Ask yourself, do I have a timeline? When do I want to achieve this goal? How will I know when I've accomplished this goal? These are the questions that you can ask yourself to help you measure your goals. The next point was A. A was for achievable. Your goals have to be achievable. Are your goals realistic? Is it feasible for you to achieve them in the given time frame? We like to think that we can achieve big targets, but sometimes that just isn't the case. Make sure your goals are big enough to push yourself when trying to achieve them, but don't make them unreachable. R is for relevant. Your goals should be relevant. Every goal should have a reason behind it. Smaller goals should link to larger picture goals, and most should align with them so everything teams up. All of the departments and organizations and the objectives all have to come together. So all of your goals have to be relevant, and they all have to link up with your targets and sub-targets. They must be relevant. Yeah? You have to ask yourself, do my goals align with my values, my personal values, my business, my organization, my department? You have to ask yourself, are your goals relevant? Last part of it was T. T was for timely. Make sure you set deadlines for your goals. It is hard to achieve my timely goals without a deadline. You may want to extend the deadline, to have times on your deadline, to have months, years, weeks, minutes, hours on your deadlines, but you have to break them down so you can use deadlines, so you can basically have the force of the goal snapping at your heels. Yeah? So you need to set times and timelines for your deadline. Ask yourself, when is the goal due? When should it come to fruition? Is it a particular savings goal? Are you trying to buy a house? You have to ask yourself, can smaller goals fit into the timeline? What can I achieve in 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months? You have to then reverse engineer your goals into smaller chunks of time so you can set yourself small targets within that time to achieve your goals. Here's an example of how I would use the SMART technique to achieve one of my goals. One of my goals in this life is to become as physically fit as my body and my genetics will allow me to be. So I apply the SMART technique. Step 1, set big goals and dream big. It's a damn big dream to become as physically fit as your body and genetics will allow. I've never managed to achieve this in my adult life, so I'm definitely following my own advice to set big goals and dream big. With this goal, I'm visioning the best version of myself, so I am applying step 1 of my own advice. Step number 2, I have to reverse engineer this goal. In order to achieve my best physical self, I have to start with improving parts of my body one section at a time. This is where focusing on the 1 to 3 goals comes into practice. I want to start with improving my stomach and achieving a six-pack. So even though I want my body to be the best physical self that I can present, I still have to start with small parts of my body and reverse engineer the smaller goals, workable goals, section by section, and I start with the six-pack. Step number 3, envision your goal as if they were your reality. Now, I'm trying to improve my physical self. I spend a lot of time in the mirror, taking photos of myself. I move more like a gal in the gym sometimes, but I'm using the power of vision to bring the better physically shaped version of myself into reality. Once I've hammered out step 1 to 3 above, now that I want to actually achieve my goals, I can apply SMART, S-M-A-R-T analysis against the goal of being my best physical self. So let's apply it together. S was specific. I want a six-pack abs to look like D'Angelo in his music video, Brown Sugar. Big goals, I know. I hear you laughing out loud, but it's specific. I have to set a target which I want to achieve. This is good because it also lets me set my failure points too. M was for measurable. In order to achieve six-pack abs, I need to reduce my body fat. To help me measure this, I have a weight scale which is attached to an app on my phone. It's called Renfo. I'll give them a plug and I'll put a link in the description to the digital scale that I use. This helps me to measure my biometrics on a daily and weekly cycle. A was for achievable. My current body fat is 17.9%. In order to show a six-pack, I need to get my body fat down to at least 12%. In order to do this, I have to align myself with new habits to achieve my goal. I had to change my diet, reduce my sugar intake, consume more protein and less complex carbs. I have to train 5 days per week. These have all been achievable for me. R was for relevant. I think it's relevant for my health and my emotional state that I am physically in great shape. Being healthy and in shape allows me to enjoy what life and my personal success has allowed me to achieve and to open myself up to enjoy. So I think that trying to achieve the best physical version of myself is relevant to my health and my mental well-being. T was for timely. My deadline to achieve a shirt open worthy six-pack is 2 years. That's 2 years of habit forming, measurable, relevant, achievable goals. Check back in with me in 2 years and ask me for some pics to see my abs and I'll be glad to share them. Yeah? In summary, goal setting is associated with achieving the optimal conditions for the state of flow. Setting clear goals that are both challenging yet within your skill level is a powerful contributor to achieving personal success. Goals that are both specific and difficult lead to overall improved performance. Hopefully, if you reach this far in the video, you found my content useful and engaging. I've managed to give you some more insight into the powerful relationship between setting goals and achieving personal success. In summary, I've shared with you 3 tips to setting goals and actually achieving them. Number 1, set 3 big goals in your life no more than 1 to 3 years apart. Number 2, reverse engineer the requirements to achieving each goal and set no more than 3 habits to achieve each goal. Number 3, envision your best self and dream big, then challenge your reality to catch up to the version of your new best self. I also gave you the killer tip to set SMART goals using the acronym SMART. S was for specific, M was for measurable, A was for achievable, R was for relevant, and T was for timely. Follow my guidance on setting your goals and you will actually achieve them. I've told you some of my goals. Maybe you can share some tips and tricks what you think that can help me get that six-pack abs in the comments below. I'm 6'6", I'm rich, wealthy, 6'2", black, red pill, Sigma, male alpha from South London. On this channel, I discuss money, cars, women and children. These are the topics that dominate all men's lives. I'm an authority on these topics and I want to share my stories and expertise with you. Hit the like button to boost the channel ratings and smash that subscribe button to be notified of powerful new content to promote success, well-being and financial freedom. Look out for the video cards for more keys to personal success to continue this chapter. So catch you on the next one. Peace.